What up, Brother Jones here, and I'm gonna show y'all this two-way offensive threat build. I made this build, and this build been going crazy. I'm gonna show some gameplay at the end. I'm gonna show y'all how to make it first. Now, credit to my boy Money. I'm gonna put his link in the description. He the one that showed me how to do it. I low-key asked him, yo, is there a way you can make an offensive threat that's a lock? And he showed me how, and I was like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Good stuff, man. So I'm gonna put him in the link in the description. But check this out. This is how you do it. Now, this is one of them sneak actions. Now, it's gonna say offensive threat, but you're not a true offensive threat. And if you give them the right takeover, they won't even know, bro. They won't even know. Now, the takeover I gave mine was sharp. I gave mine sharpshooting takeover, so it gives an, you know what I'm saying, the impression that I am a true offensive threat. And then I'm like, a lot of offensive threats nowadays, like what? The play shot ones are like 6'1", 6'2" now. The screen weavers. So this can be literally one of them. This could literally be one of them. So with this setup right here, we're gonna end up getting about, let me see. So if you do it the way I do it, you're gonna get 9 finishing, which is a lot. It's more than you really need. You don't need 9 finishing since we're not going to be that tall. But, I mean, it only help. You can drop it if you want to 6 and put more on defense. But you have to have a 77 perimeter D or you won't get the name. You will not get the name if you change it. So, I recommend, you know what I'm saying, you do that. Now, I chose to do more finishing so you can, like, finish on people. You know, you can get some good, solid finishing. You can put more shooting if you care more about shooting. You know, we can go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. See if we can get a few more. We can get 16 shooting. Actually, I'll probably get more on playmaking. So I'm gonna end up with 6, 15, 11 right here. This is solid setup. Now you're going to go to 6'1". You want to go to 6'1", lower the weight, drop the arm, and look at the stats. You got an 86 midi. A 83 3 ball, an 84 ball handle. Now right here, this is where you can trick everybody. This is a sneak, because wherever you do, you're gonna trick them. So if you want to pick sharpshooter, guess what? You're an offensive threat with sharpshooter takeover. You're gonna throw everyone off because they're not gonna expect you to have some kind of defense. Well, when you start applying that defensive pressure, they're gonna be like, oh, this dude is a lock low-key. You could put lock takeover on it and it completely throw, because I haven't seen one offensive threat on YouTube that has lock takeover. I haven't seen one. Most people haven't seen one. So you can make an offensive threat and put lock take on them. And it will confuse a lot of people because a lot of people never seen that. I've never seen an offensive threat with lock takeover. And in the comments, if you've seen one, let me know. But in all honesty, I'll probably do a setup like this. 8 finishing, 16 shooting, 11 playmaking, 18 defense. You got enough to do everything. You're balanced all around, in my opinion. This is one of the best ways to do it, in my opinion. Now, there are going to be people that don't care necessarily about, you know, finishing on a short build, so they'll put more on shooting. You know, you can. Long as the key thing is to keep this perimeter at 77. That's all you really have to do to get the name, and make sure he is 6'1", and you will get the name. You will get offensive threat. You can give a shot creating takeover. He's still an offensive threat. Now, typically, since you're so short, you don't really need a ton of finishing, since you're gonna spend most of your time probably shooting anyway. So, I mean, you can throw a consistent, slithery. You know, it's still enough to do stuff here and there, you know. Then that you don't really gotta do too much. I just do something like this so I can fancy finish bull layups and like get some kind of contact layups off, and slithery to avoid most of the contact. You know what I'm saying? This, you can go Holly here, you know, range. A lot of people don't even use hot zone now. It's been interesting, but I always recommend a setup like this, especially if you're shorter. You probably need dead eye. You probably gonna need dead eye since you're so short, or steady. If you got sharp, you can put steady on. If you don't, just put dead eye on, bro. You know, dead eye will all around help you, because you're gonna be short. People gonna put them hands up in your face. You want to be able to hit those shots. As far as playmaking, gold first, gold handle, unpluck, diamond, gold, and then I always throw a bailout. Now, I personally don't mess with diamond. I'd rather look out for my, you know what I'm saying, be one of those and be like, bro, you better green your shots. But I mean, if you want to be a good teammate, just put diamond or at least silver, and then maybe a bronze space. But I prefer to have space or ankle to help your benefit out. You a legend, which is a lot of legends in this game. This is a good build for you. You can trick everybody, make you think you a real offensive threat, because there's not many offensive threats that are locks out there. It's not that many. So pickpocket, pick dodger, gold, interceptor, you know what I'm saying, and probably chase down. Chase down is to help people. You're gonna need probably pogo. I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna have to put pogo in here. So we're gonna have to drop that and put pogo, because you're so short, you're gonna have to be able to jump and contest a lot. I don't even think pickpocket. I don't know. I do this. I don't believe in pickpocket really. You can either do this too. Something like this would be solid. Now for the gameplay. Now this build is similar to my two-way point forward in a way, because it's to throw you off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saw I made the two-way point forward a long time ago. A lot of y'all end up making that build, and you see a lot of people start making it now. But this build right here is similar in a way, because it's a fake offensive threat. It's a false offensive threat that makes you believe it's just an offensive threat, but it really isn't. So most people gonna run this with screen weave. You know what I'm saying? They gonna run screens with it, especially with sharp takeover. You run screen. I'm just showing some brief ISO gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy, nothing over the top. Just showing what it's gonna be like. Look at this, struck from deep. Just showing what it'll be like if you ever made it. But hey, you may not even make it because it's July. But I'm just showing you anyway, because hey, I told you I was just gonna leak a bunch of builds that I had in the vault for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? But basically this is like an all-around two-way. Basically, what this is, if you max this D out, it's an all-around two-way. That's what it is. So a lock offensive threat and a all-around two-way is one and the same. They're basically the same build. So it's a good build, because the meta now is screen weave with small play sharps and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Along with the locks, the two-way slashing plays. But this will actually guard them way better, because I've played with this build. And yeah, the two-way slashing plays can get a little hop steps here and there on you. But you'd be shocked how often you're able to actually stop them and slow them down. And your perimeter D, that's 77, bro. It ain't gonna matter, because you got so many Hall of Fame defensive badges. You're gonna be able to do whatever. And look, your lateral was like a 90 something. You got a really high lateral quickness, and your speed's really high, so it won't really matter that your perimeter's a 77, bro. You still gonna be able to do what you want to do. You see, we out here going crazy from deep. We out here going crazy from deep. It's cash out here on the build, you know what I'm saying? Sharpshooter takeover make every build OP. But these dudes had no idea that this is low-key a lockdown defender. Nobody can tell, because it just looks like and plays like a normal offensive threat. But on defense is where you see the difference, because you'll actually be able to clamp the perimeters. You get steals. You get a lot of steals, a whole bunch of steals. I don't know why. But because you're little or something, you get more bump steals, I noticed. So you get a bunch of steals, a bunch of goofy stuff, man. This build's all around. Cat, look at this. Strong! You know what I'm saying? Pulling in people's eye. I would, you know what I'm saying? Steady shooter would be good on this joint too, because steady gonna help you when you little to shoot those little shots. Like, all good, man. Look at this bull shot right here. Look at the shots I've hit. I actually got some badges on them, so I can actually show you some solid gameplay. No, he's not a 99.